Coach Taylor?
We got our butts kicked out there today. We came out flat in the first half. I got to do a better job of getting this football team ready to play, though. Special teams wise, I think they had close to 225 yards returning today. I thought that was a thorn outside all day as far as the first half. But we got to do better going forward. Myself, my coaches, as far as getting this football team ready to play. I thought, though, they came out in the second half and showed that energy that I wanted, that we should have had in the first half. But pitched a shutout in the second half, just let it get away from us in the first half. So we got to be better going forward and put this one behind us and get ready for a Southern football team next week.
Coach Taylor, so you were just noting the second half. Can we just go into the second half and what worked for you guys against FAMU?
The energy was there. That was the team that I recognized from last week. We just played with more energy, a little more poise in there, and then our defense really stepped it up in that second half. They had a couple opportunities down there in the red zone. Our defense stoned them, went out there and blocked the kick. Special teams played a little better, but I thought the energy level was a lot better going into the second half.
All right, before you begin your questions, what we'd like to have you to do, again, raise your hand. The microphone will be brought to you. And if you can please state your name, your affiliation before asking the question.
Brian Fulford with the Black College Sports Network. Coach Taylor, can you talk about the impact of that opening kickoff and just how that negatively or just sets the tone for the game and how it affected your team going forward?
I mean, it was like a boxing match. We took a heavy hit right there in the first round. That was an amazing return by that kid. He hit it and he did what he was supposed to do, but we had to rebound from it. I thought that was kind of set the tone for their program. Their football team got the energy going on that side, the momentum on that side. And, we just had to rebound from it, and it just took us a while to get over it. But great play by them on special teams.
Coach Taylor, Vaughn Wilson from HBCU Game Day. Coach, in your first game, Jason Brown had an outstanding game passing. And this game, Zach McDonald came in the second half and really got the team going. As a coach now, what is your thinking with that?
I thought Zai did a great job. Jason, he was decent in the first half. He got some things he got to work on going forward. But Zai came in and gave us a little spark. He was able to do a little more things as far as the QB run game. And he just gave the offense a little more spark in the second half, running around, making some plays, made a great throw to Rico, down the sideline. So he came in and did exactly what we wanted to do. We've been seeing it in practice from him. Like I've been telling people, we got a couple guys that can play that position that I feel good about, but very pleased with the spark he came in and gave us in the second half.
Questions, again, raise your hand and the microphone will be brought to you.
Coach Taylor, Brian Fulford again, Black College Sports Network. Can you, obviously, I don't know, can you give us any details on, it looked like Jason might have suffered some sort of upper body injury on one of those throws. Any, I don't know, may not be able to give us details, but anything you can share about the change in the quarterback position at halftime?
Well, he took a hit on going through the motion of a throw. He hit a hit, got bruised up pretty good. We get some x-rays on it. I really don't know much about it right now. I know we on the walk down here, we saw him over there finna go get the x-ray. So once I get with my trainers, my staff over there, and once they get him evaluated, I'll find more about it.
Vaughn Wilson with HBCU Game Day once again. And this is to the players. The expectation at Jackson State over the last couple of years has been excellence. How do you get your team together and bounce back and say, hey, we've got 9 more games in front of us, at least 9 more games in front of us to get back focused?
What I'll say as a leader on this defense is that I need to come out with better energy, spark the defense up with making plays out the gate, and make sure we don't stay flat. I put the energy and the defense on my situation as being a leader.
For our offense, we just got to come out strong and come out with energy. Our goal is to dominate no matter who we play. So every week, that's what we're going to do. We're going to dominate. So it's nothing different. We just got to come out and be us.
Najee Tobias with New Era Prep. Any of you can talk about this. Could you please go over the 66-yard touchdown pass from Zion and how it happened? Any of you can talk.
We just feel good about that matchup. I know what Rico can do, vertically in the passing game. He had an opportunity. Zai stood in the pocket like he's supposed to do and made a pretty good throw. And Rico looked up, seeing the football, he ran it down. Just a great explosive play in the second half, and that's something I'm very pleased about this football team. They came back in the second half and they fought. We could have easily laid down and, just FAM could have ran it up on us, but they came back and fought, played with energy, and that's what we do. That's what we're going to do. We'll get back in here, like I said, next week. Just get ready to go down to Baton Rouge and take care of business.
Players, would you like to comment?
Pretty much everything what Coach said. Just believing in Zai, believing in him, and believing in myself to make that play.
Coach Taylor, Alanis Timms with the AP right here. You mentioned special teams struggles. What would you say are some of the things that either they were doing that was making it difficult, or some things that you guys were not able to do specifically on special teams?
Well, I think the first one, we had a few guys out of position. We talk about staying in your lane on kickoff, but kudos to the returner. That kid can fly. But we basically were out of position, had a couple guys out of their lanes. I think one time on the punt return, we just outkicked our coverage, and he just, did what he's supposed to do in space. But we got to do a better job of tackling on the special teams. We got to do a better job there. A couple times, I know one time we didn't have enough guys on the field. We struggled with substitution one time. But those kind of things happen in football games, and that's the difference in wins and losses. You talk about 3 phases of the game, and then we wasn't very good on special teams today. And we got to put more emphasis on that next week.
Coach, Gerald Thomas from the Tallahassee Democrat. The past 2 years, where you've been at Jackson as an assistant, y'all have always left that first game, having a lead in the SWAC East. With you being a first-year head coach, how do you really change up that approach, or kind of stick to it and knowing that y'all are playing from behind now?
I think I need to call up Coach Simmons. He been in that same situation, but he done a good job of his football team continuing to fight. That's what we're going to do. These guys going to play hard. They're going to play hard. I believe in them. We got a great group. We just got beat by a better team today. But we got to put it behind us, lick our chops, and, go get ready to play for next week.
Mark Stallworth with the Miami Times. Coach, you all started the season on the road. You still got a couple more road games before you head home. What's the mentality that you push your team as far as just trying to find this bounce back before you get to playing for your own fans?
I mean, you want to be talking about winning championships. You got to learn to win on the road. And that's what I talk about with our football team. You got to bring the energy each and every day on the road. It's a tough schedule, but there's no excuses. It's up to me as the head coach to get this football team ready to play. We get back and look at this film and put it behind us. But the schedule is the schedule. I say it all the time, that Southern game ain't going nowhere. We still got to go to San Marcos before we get home. So it's just up to me and these coaches to get this team ready to play. And if you come out solid on the road, I think you got an opportunity to play for a championship.
Keith Hadley, HBCU Digital Network. I noticed your running game is very impactful. Mm-hmm. Is that something that we're going to continue to see? I saw your running back average about 4.8 yards per carry. Last week he was dominant. Yeah. Are we going to see more of that this football season?
You got to run the ball to win games. I think it kind of helps the flow with the quarterback as well when you're able to add a run game to that. So we're going to continue to pound the football. We're going to continue to try to pound the football, try to control the flow of the football game and kind of protect our quarterback and take our shots from there. And defensively, we got to do a better job of stopping the run. I think FAM had over 200 yards a day running the football. Shout out to their O-line and their running backs. They did a great job, but we got to stop the run and we got to be able to run the football.
We have 5 more minutes left in our press conference. So our next question.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Alanis with the AP again. Just big picture question on the importance, the cultural significance of these classic games in general. I know you're someone who's been around the community, HBCUs for a long time. So can you just speak to the general importance of these classics in the week, the events in the week leading up to the game? I
think that it's been a good weekend. A great turnout, a solid turnout today. But I think it's important, when you got 2 teams that's on the road, being able to touch certain demographics in certain areas, where fans may not be able to touch HBCU football. You know, that's what I think the beauty of these classics right now. And, you know, going forward, I'm all about it. You know, I grew up in it, played in them, so, you know, it's a good deal.
These will be our last two questions.
Coach, Brian here, Black College Sports Network. I want to give you a chance to talk about your special teams unit. You blocked 2 field goals, 46 and 39. Any particular reads, or just, you know, talk about, I want to give you a chance to talk about the special teams unit that did a good job there.
Well, you just saw a fired up group on that, and a motivated group, you know, for them to go out there and block those 2 kicks. That was huge, especially in the second half, the one we blocked when they was driving down there. And they basically called it out. They said they were going to go get it, you know, and that's when I took, like, that's what we got to be for 4 quarters of. You know, that's what we were last week. That's what we got to be going for 4 quarters. But I thought it was a good rebound for our special teams, you know, with the way we played in the first half. But huge block gave us an opportunity to go down and get a touchdown.
Najee Tobias, New Era Prep. Coach, I'd like for you to talk about the hospitality that you guys have received the whole time here from start to finish from the Orange Blossom Classic, not just for this year, but the past 3 years.
I mean, it's been a great event. Anytime you're down in Miami, you know, beautiful weather, playing in a venue like this, and, you know, just the way they lay out the red carpet, the greetings once we pulled up, everything has been, you know, a Class A, you know, ran organization, ran classic. So we look forward to it. You know, we've had a lot of success down here, coming down here to Miami, but it's one that we really look forward to and we love being a part of.
Players, would you like to comment?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the event. Been in the HBCU community, and the experience is just great every time. They treat us good, they show us love, and they make us feel appreciated as we show it.
I definitely love the experience. Giving the HBCU the chance to play on national TV on ESPN, in front of scouts, in front of their family, it's amazing. We need more of this.
Thank you so much.
And we thank Coach T.C. Taylor and our student athletes, Antonio Doyle and Rico Powers, for taking the time to join us after today's game. We wish you the best going forward for the rest of the season. And that will conclude the first half of our press conference, the availability with Jackson State. Please stick around, and we'll get started with FAMU momentarily.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Safe travel.